Farming is hard work, and you spend a lot of time actually doing the farming. So you don't have a lot of time as a farmer to get out, talk to legislators, deal with agencies. The Farm Bureau acts as a body that represents farming and agriculture. Our mission is to protect, support, and to help the actual growers and people in agriculture who are doing the work navigate the constantly changing regulatory environment and just be an advocate for agriculture.
A lot of farm boys maybe will want to go to the city. And maybe the city boys will want to come out to the farm.
No time clock to punch, no noise, your own boss. I lived on a farm once when I was a kid.
In the past 97 years, we've had a very interesting history, and one of the first issues we were faced with was in World War I. We raised a lot of sheep here for the wool so that the boys overseas would have a coat.
So I've been associated with the Farm Bureau since I started growing. Even before that, back in the 1980s, started actually with Young Farmers and Ranchers in the late 70s. That's where I first met Jess. And then when I got out of Cal Poly and came back to Watsonville, began farming, I became active in the Farm Bureau.
Things on the farm are just natural to us, and we just take them for granted. But we've got to remember that some of these boys have never worked on a farm before. And remember, it takes time to learn even the simplest things.
The Farm Bureau was instrumental in creating the Paro Valley Water Management Agency in the 1980s. Now, because of that, we're faring much better through the drought, even though it is still tough times. And we do have a recycling plant, which helps immensely.
In the 1980s, AIDS was a very big problem throughout the world, and so we in agriculture here in Santa Cruz County, even though it was a difficult subject to talk about, felt that it was time to have a program that would help educate the farm workers about what was going on with that, what it was, and all the different things associated with that, which we did. And we're very successful in educating that population as to what was going on with that disease at that time.
In 1919, the Santa Cruz Chamber of Commerce gave the Farm Bureau $12,000 to have the first egg-laying contest in California. In today's value, that would be about $164,000.
So I got involved with the Farm Bureau mostly to learn about issues, but also give some of my perspectives on the issues. I learned that most farmers generally don't talk to each other. Of course, everything we do is secretive and proprietary, so we don't want to talk and let anybody else know how it is we're surviving and making money. And when farmers are that way, we have a hard time protecting ourselves and our ability to keep farming. With Farm Bureau, that really opens a lot of conversation and dialogue that allows us as farmers to continue to keep farming viable.
I think I get so much more out of it than I contribute. Just to be around people that have been here almost as long as I've been alive. They've just been farming in this area, and just to be able to go to meetings with them and talking to them and just being a part of people that just, you know, everything that happens to me seems so monumental because everything's so new. I'm a really new grower, but to them, they've had it happen to them like 5 or 6 times, and they're just like, oh yeah, this is what you do. And that has been extremely valuable to me, to be part of that.
My family has been involved in Farm Bureau since as long as I can remember. They've been involved my whole life. My grandparents came up from Mexico. They met through Farm Bureau. They were both farmers. My grandmother went onto the board, and she later became president. Her son, David Vasquez II, my father, was started off in Young Farmers and Ranchers. He was on the Farm Bureau board, and my mother was the winner of one of the Farm Bureau scholarships, and they both went to Cal Poly, and now I'm here doing all these Farm Bureau events. My goal is to get on the board for Farm Bureau and accelerate inside in the farm business.